Now, I would refer to some of our economic and other problems indicated or not referred to in the address of the President. It is true that the per acre yield of wheat, paddy, and other food articles has increased. It is also accepted that industrial production has increased. It is also admitted that the national wealth has also increased, but the question that has always disturbed the mind of this house and the other house has been how this national wealth has been distributed. I do not subscribe to the position that during this period of progress and development, the rich are getting richer and the poor poorer. But I do feel that the distribution of wealth has not been equitable, and on the demand of Parliament, a committee was established to go into the matter and report. We have been long awaiting this report. I do hope the finance minister will see that the report and the recommendations of the government are placed before the parliament without further delay. In this connection, I might express our satisfaction regarding the policy adopted by the finance minister about the declaration of the stocks of non-ornamental gold and the issue of gold bonds so that we may stop the prevalent smuggling and reduce the invisible and continuing waste of our foreign exchange. I feel this policy has had good effect inside and outside the country, and it has also helped to weaken the deep rooted social habits of gold holding, which in the present context is neither in the interest of the holder nor the public at large. I do feel in this respect that the sale of gold bonds has not been as one would have wished it to be, but I hope better publicity will be adopted so that we may have greater sale of the gold bonds and other securities which are intended to help the development of our country. I would refer in the same connection to the question of trade. By the breakdown of the talks by the UK regarding the European Common Market, several questions have arisen, and it is felt in our country and in other countries that some international organ should be established to look after the matter of trade and tariff. The GATT provides a forum to contracting parties, which is a specialized international body governing world trade. It is a matter of satisfaction that the United Nations is contemplating to have a world conference on trade in March 2004, for which preparations have already been started. I do hope this conference will consider the position of the countries which have recently become independent and which have a long way to go to build up their economic position. The prosperity of the world does not consist in exploiting the weaker elements of the international society, but in giving them all opportunities to develop and strengthen themselves. Similar sentiments have been expressed by world statesmen. I do hope that our government will also emphasize in the coming conference the necessity of helping the underdeveloped countries. The government of the United Kingdom is also contemplating to have a trade ministers conference shortly, and I have no doubt that the question of preference to Commonwealth countries and other matters will arise and well considered decisions will be taken in the matter of trade and tariff, which will strengthen the United Kingdom as well as the other Commonwealth countries. Let me make it clear, sir, that unless we reduce the cost of production of our export commodities and are able to compete in price with other countries, no matter of trade facilities will help our export, which have to be considerably increased to meet our foreign exchange requirement. As regards education, I would like to emphasize that as we have to educate our masters in order to have a healthy democracy, we should not grudge expenditure in spreading compulsory primary education as early as possible. But I am more concerned, sir, with the question of the quality of education. I have stressed many a time, and I would repeat again that the education that is being imparted to our young generation does not contain the material to develop our patriotic urge on national scale and our moral urges to feel or make our children feel one with humanity. The education ministry will have to take into consideration the question of prescribing certain standard textbooks so that the education that the younger generation will receive will be different from that which has been given so far with communal and sectarian bias. I would also appeal to the education ministry to see that the textbooks are made very cheap.